Welcome to AMPST in Progress. We have a what I eat in a day. I start off with coffee, my favorite Coffee Mate sugar-free creamer, and some Ovasitol. I take this for insulin resistance, and I will have 2 cups of coffee this morning for 2 points. I get questions on Ovasitol. It is a form of inositol. Inositol is naturally found in the body. And this Ovasitol has the proper ratio of the 2 different kinds of inositols normally found in the human body. So it just helps with your insulin levels and controlling that and your blood sugars. So if you have insulin resistance, maybe talk to your doctor about this instead of using something like metformin. I'm going to meal prep my breakfast. While I'm eating it today, I'm also prepping it for the next few days. I work the next 2 days, and those are my last 2 days at work before moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some hard-boiled eggs. I just like the way they peel when I cook them in the Instant Pot. So I have about 2 cups of water because I have a rather tall trivet down here, and then 12 eggs. This will be enough for me and my husband. Make sure it's sealing, and then I'm just going to hit egg, and I like it at 4 minutes because sometimes they get overdone. But again, they peel so easy that it's worth it to me. So that is the protein that we're gonna have for the next few days. Let's make some muffins. Let's get this breakfast meal prep started. I have 1.5 cups of Kodiak cake powder, like pancake mix. Use the whole wheat if you want to be exact. The whole wheat one is the one I have in the recipe linked, but this is the one I have in my pantry, so this is the one I'm gonna use. To that, I'm gonna add just a pinch of some kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, that's completely optional, and then 1 teaspoon of baking powder, not optional. I'm also going to add a 1/4 cup of whatever your favorite sugar replacement is, so that's stevia or whatever. I'm using monk fruit. This is the brand I like. I really love the golden one. I think it tastes the best, but I found this one in my pantry first, so this is the one we're using. So that was 1/4 cup, and I'm gonna whisk this together. To this, I'm going to add 1 egg, 1/2 cup of unsweetened applesauce. I love to keep this stuff in the fridge for baking like this, or just for snacking. I had to wash my hands. 1/2 cup of water. And then about 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We're just gonna do that. A little bloop. Mix this again. Breaking up that egg. I love to warm these up in the morning. Oh, what did I do? I love to warm these up in the morning with just like a smidge of the I can't believe it's not butter and a tiny drizzle of the sugar-free maple syrup. And these are 1 point per muffin. It's hard to beat that. It's like all the convenience of muffins with the taste of pancake. These are blueberries. You can do fresh or frozen. I had 1 cup of frozen that I just microwaved for about 45 seconds to help them thaw out. And I didn't drain them or anything because I don't mind the pretty purple swirling in my batter. I think it's pretty. All right, this should make 12 muffins. My oven is preheated to 350. I used coconut oil spray in here, but my little spritzer was jacked up, so it's looking kind of sad. I'm just gonna use a muffin scoop, or not I'm gonna use an ice cream scoop to scoop out my muffins. This one's broken. I'll buy a new one when we move. There's so many things to add to the list. If you don't use an ice cream scoop for making cupcakes and muffins and stuff, it is so convenient. So it came out to be just under a full scoop for each one. We're gonna bake these for 15 to 18 minutes and my oven at 350. I pulled them out really quickly because I almost forgot. I like to top with a little bit of pumpkin seeds. You can do 1 tablespoon of pumpkin, like the raw green pumpkin seeds, for 0 points. I'm not gonna do a full tablespoon on each one. I just wanna give it a little bit of crunch, a little extra nourishment, good thing for our body in here. And texture, we love texture. All right, I'm just gonna press them down just a little bit so they stick, and then pop this back in. Don't forget to do it before. This is optional, but like I said, extra nutrients and texture and yumminess, I'm not gonna say no. All right, and they go again. And I won't take them out this time. My eggs finished. I did an immediate quick release. I know some people like to naturally release. You do you, boo. I have a ice water bath here. So it's just cold water and a bunch of ice. And we're gonna let our eggs sit in our ice bath for at least 5 minutes. I normally do it like 10 to 15 because I'm lazy and I don't immediately want to peel them. But this really helps with the shell come off, and it also helps if you want to eat them immediately because they'll already be cold. But this process, I will be dropping eggs if I use my phone in my hand. So I'll see you on the flip side. I want to thank Dallin for reaching out to me to help with this video. They sent me a list of items that I could choose from. I picked these white plates that I am absolutely loving. But if you want color, they've got color. If you need utensil holders, they got you. They have so many different options. They're giving us 10% off with 10 white tea amber from January 26, 2024. And that will last through February 12th, 2024. So if you're watching this past that time, that coupon code is expired. I knew once I saw these plates here, I had to have them. And I'm so happy I did. They are so nice and durable and sleek, and they're modern without being boring. And I love that. I love the brown bottom on them. They have a nice weight and heft to them. They make your food look beautiful. I also just am in love with this terracotta bottom. It comes out more brown, but it has this matte glaze on it. It's just perfection. It also has these tiny little brown speckles on the plates. I am going to be using that coupon code to get myself the matching bowls by the time this video is live. So I'm really excited to get more to match it. I've been looking for a good new set of plates and so happy to have these. Thank you, Dallin. Got my plate. I'm gonna take a muffin that has a little bit more pumpkin seeds and one that has less, just so I'm making sure I'm staying within that 1 tablespoon for the 0 points. To this, I'm gonna top it with a tablespoon of I Can't Believe It's Not Butter Light. I've tried the Land O'Lakes. I did not like the flavor. It tastes really weird to me. So this is my favorite butter substitute. I also love butter as well, just like regular butter. So 1 tablespoon of this is 0 points. So I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon and split it between the 2 of them. And then when I cook these in the morning, I will microwave them with the butter on top so it like melts into them all nicely. I can have 3 tablespoons of this Maples Grove sugar-free maple syrup for 0 points. Sometimes I'll get comments about eating processed foods, and yeah, I eat processed foods. It's fine. I also eat whole foods. I like to balance my food with a combination of delicious fresh foods and convenient foods, because that's what makes it doable for me in my journey. I am going to take my 2 hard-boiled eggs that are cold since I let them sit in that water. No! Oh no. That's tragic. I'm just going to top them with a tiny bit of sea salt, black pepper, dill, and smoked paprika. I basically just made a deviled egg without adding anything to it, just the same seasonings, because that's how I like it. All right, so this is a 2-point breakfast. Add my 2 points of coffee. We got 4 points so far. Doing pretty good. This is the exact breakfast I'm gonna have over the next few days. I find that if I meal prep my breakfast and lunch, especially on the days I work, I just stick to it better, and I save money because I'm not going out to eat. So if you have not tried your hard-boiled eggs with, like, seriously, put whatever seasoning you love in your deviled eggs and add it to a hard-boiled egg, and you're like, I'm not missing the mayonnaise. They're really good. Also, if you are hungrier in the mornings, add fruit to this and you'll be good to go. This is plenty of food. This is honestly like the brink of how much food I can eat in the morning. I just don't have a big appetite in the morning, but I know I need something in my stomach, so I'm not eating way too much later and get out of control and frenzied. So this will be great for me. I will store these muffins in the fridge in a sealed container for up to 5 days. They don't normally last that long because my husband, me, and my daughter will all eat them. So I'm just gonna be lucky to get the next 2 days I work with some muffins. All right, we're just gonna have to work with the ring light in my glasses. All right, it is what it is. I need to go grocery store, but it's also about lunchtime. I'm not quite ready to have lunch, so instead I'm going to tide myself over with a protein smoothie. You can do something like a Premier protein shake. Normally they're like 2 to 3 points, but since I'm home and I have all the stuff here, I'm gonna go ahead and make my favorite protein smoothie. So we'll drink that on the way to get groceries and get my oil changed, because adulting never stops. Why? Why does it never stop? Anyway, let's make it. If you have a good blender recommendation, please let me know, because this blender is absolutely terrible. I want something that blends a nice thick smoothie that doesn't suck, but also doesn't cost me what a Vitamix costs. So if you have any good recommendations, leave that down below. I'm gonna start off with half a cup of this light OJ. This is 1 point for half a cup. I don't know if you can see it on the video, but my blender does have like cups here, so that's how I'm measuring that. And then half a cup of the 25 calorie cashew milk. I also use almond milk. And since I'm only using half a cup, this is 0 points. Sounds weird, but go with it. We're going to use half a banana, half to a whole, whatever you want. Frozen to give it that creamy texture. Don't ever throw away your brown bananas. Just peel them and chunk them up and put them in your freezer. I'm going to do just a handful of baby spinach. I buy like the actual package from the produce section and then throw it in my freezer. I like the way it is better. It's like the loose leaf instead of like the really hard kind that comes in the freezer section. I'm gonna do about 1/3 cup each of blueberries and cherries. You can stop here and have a delicious fruit smoothie for 1 point. However, protein is the key to feeling full and satisfied. So I'm gonna add protein. If you wanna use a whey, you can. Whey hurts my stomach, so I have to get like a vegan kind so it doesn't hurt my stomach. This one's fine. I don't drink it by itself. I only throw it in smoothies, so it tastes fine that way to me. So this is a 2 points for 1 scoop of this. If you are struggling to feel full, add protein and fiber. This has both of those things with all the veggies and fruits, and then the protein that I'm now adding. If you have more points, add a scoop of like almond butter or something. Yum. Let's hit the road, Jack. This is so good. Like, seriously. Try it once. Throw in some carrot sticks. Spray it with some avocado oil. And then whatever seasonings, I'm going to use smoked paprika, sea salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. Give it a little. And then another spray. We're just going to air fry it. My air fryer is still going, so I'll have to talk over it. I'm gonna make myself an Italian wrap. I'm gonna use this Extreme Wellness. These are 1 point for 1 tortilla or a wrap, whatever you wanna call it. I saw this from like Michaela Thomas Fit on Instagram. She does all sorts of random things that look super easy and delicious. So I have 1 wedge of Laughing Cow cheese here. I'm just using the Creamy Light. This is 1 point. Then to that, we're gonna add 1/4 of a teaspoon of this Italian dressing mixture. I was too lazy to find my 1/4, so I have a 1/2 teaspoon here, so I'm just gonna try to fill it. about half. And then we're just gonna smush these together. And then spread it out. Woo! Be careful, do not inhale the dressing. All right, then I'm gonna add some turkey. I cannot find for the life of me one that scans 0 points. So this is 99% fat, 99% fat-free turkey breast. It's 50 calories. I'm counting it as 0 points because where is the magical turkey that's supposed to be 0 points? Making a hot mess of this. All right, good enough. I'm also going to add 12 turkey pepperonis for 1 point. So we're at 3 points so far. I have to tell myself that or else I'll forget. I don't know if this thing's gonna roll up, guys. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm gonna add some spinach. Just add your favorite veggies. Do a little bit, oh god, a little bit of red onion. And just a few of these pepperoncinis. Oh, I got that juice on me. I'm just a hot mess. Just want a little bit. All right, so that's a 3-point wrap. Let's see if we can actually wrap it. No, you stew. All right. Hey, look at that. That looks so nice. All right, stay. Got my beautiful plate here. Gonna add my wrap. Trying to make it all aesthetic looking. Just get in there. I have my carrots for 0 points. And we got a delicious, nutritious 3-point lunch. All right, I have not tried this before, so I wanted to actually give you like my true thoughts. It's been something I've been wanting to try, but I always forgot to buy the Italian dressing thing, so I finally bought it today at the store. Looks good. I cannot believe that this is a 3-point lunch. And I love carrots today. I'm having carrots tonight as well, but if the worst thing I do is eat too much carrots one day, it's a pretty good day. It is time to cook dinner. We are making, I think it's probably my favorite dinner. Yeah, it probably is my favorite dinner. It's a 12-point dinner for all of it. It is originally from HelloFresh. It is chicken that is smothered with like a mushroom gravy, mashed potatoes on the side, roasted carrots. It is worth every bit of 12 points and all the effort that we're about to put into making it. You can make it even less than 12 points if you want to substitute butter for I can't believe it's not butter, but this is just one of those recipes where I just feel personally like the butter, it helps. It works better. I would at least use real butter for the sauce and then substitute I can't believe it's not butter for the mashed potatoes. In the description box, I have it linked down below. I'm going to show you how to go over, for the WW link to click on it and go over to your WW app. I'm going to show you that here after I show you the recipe. But I've also written it down because I know some of you aren't on Weight Watchers and want the recipes as well. So it's written down below. Just keep in mind that both of those recipes are for 2 servings. So double it, triple it, do whatever you need to do to get the amount of servings that you need. So the amount I'm making is gonna be for 4 people. So there might be a few differences in amounts from what's down below to what I'm gonna be telling you. So let's get into making this. I'm gonna start off by prepping my carrots. Do as many carrots as you want. Carrots are a 0-point food. So I actually always make extra because me and my husband can eat a ton of these. So I'm gonna prep the entire 2 pounds just peel them and chop them. Use a damp or wet paper towel to clean my mushrooms. Just gonna wipe it down and get any of the dirt off. This will keep it from getting slimy, doing it this way. You see how disgusting it is though. I'll probably have to get 1 or 2 more cloths, paper towels to finish this process. Also going to cut my green onions. We're gonna separate the whites from the greens. The whites we're gonna use in the sauce and the greens we're gonna use to top our lovely dinner off with. Now we're going to trim the bottom off and then just thinly slice all of these. We're also going to peel and chop. Now it's time to turn these potatoes into mashed potatoes. We're just gonna boil them for about 15 minutes in salted water. We also wanna get our carrots ready. I have my oven preheated to 425. My potatoes are boiling. This pan is warming up and I'm just gonna spray it with some avocado oil. And then I'm gonna add my chicken. This is 2 chicken breasts that have been cut in half to make them thinner. Patted them dry and then added salt and pepper to both sides. We're gonna cook them 3 to 5 minutes per side. Our potatoes are now fork tender. So I'm gonna save some of this liquid here so that we can thin them out later. And then I'm gonna drain the potatoes. 2 tablespoons of butter. A 1/4 cup of light sour cream. Some salt and pepper. Ooh. Add a splash of this water here. We can always add more, but you can't take it away, so. And we're gonna mash. My chicken needs to cook a little bit longer. I'm gonna add some water just to keep the bottom from burning. I got my potatoes as creamy as I want using that water from the potatoes to thin it out. And now that our chicken is done and the water has mostly cooked off, I'm gonna add a good amount of this avocado oil, all of my mushrooms, and my onion whites. I'm gonna let these cook for a few minutes before I add salt and pepper. That way they get nice and caramelized. If you add salt too early, it'll draw out the water of the mushrooms and they might get slimy. We're gonna cook this 2 to 4 minutes. Now I'm gonna add my chicken stock concentrate. I have better than bouillon listed in the ingredients because that's what I was using. Now I can find this. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons-ish of this. And a 1/3 cup of water. And we're gonna let this cook 1 to 2 minutes just until it's slightly thickened. You can see how much thicker this has gotten. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter and another 1/4 cup of sour cream. I do recommend getting like the Daisy's light sour cream because it's thicker than the store brands. It just has a thicker, better consistency of sauce. Anytime I've used the store brand, my sauce hasn't been quite as good, so I do use the Daisy's. We're just gonna melt this together and let it turn into a thick sauce. It does not take very long at all. It's so good. I'm so excited to eat this. I'm gonna scooch it all over so I can add my chicken and then top my mushrooms on top of my chicken. And then don't waste those juices from your plate. Get all those in the pan. That's flavor. Last step is to take half a cup of the reduced fat Monterey Jack cheese and just top each one. And then we're gonna cover this and to let it melt. Once you get all your goodies on your plate, feel free to top with the onion greens or leave this out if you don't like them. I absolutely love this dinner. It feels like your restaurant for 12 points. None of the food I had today felt diety or restrictive. I enjoyed all my meals. I looked forward to eating them. This is how we create a lifestyle that we want to keep living. That way, when we get to our goal weight, we can stay at our goal weight. Now let's find a recipe from the description box. We're going to click on the link. And then we're going to click on default browser app. This is going to open the WW app. Hit open again, and this should pull it straight up through your app. If you'd like to save this for later, you can always hit on that little bookmark on the top, and it'll be to your saved recipes. All right, so I've got stuff to put away. I've got to get to bed, y'all. I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But first, we have 1 point left over. So I'm going to have me eat one little cookie. I love these Alyssa's Healthy Oatmeal Bites. Yeah, that's right. It's 1 point per cookie, and they're delicious. I find these in the bakery section of my store. Hopefully you can find them because they're really good. They're pricey, but 1 point and delicious, so worth it, honestly. So we're going to finish it with exactly 23 points used today. So I will see y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all. I get questions on, hey, do you use your weekly points? Yes, absolutely. You can see here, I only have 6 weekly points left for the day. I have 2 days left in my week. So I will be eating those. I'm not going to force myself. If I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat them. But almost every single time, all of my weeklies and all of my activity points are gone each week. And I'm still having success. So I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.